Welcome to the U World Order Showcase Program, the platform dedicated to highlighting visionary entrepreneurs and coaches who are shaping the U World economy. Each week, we're celebrating the power of the individual and coming together to uplift and empower one another to reach new heights of growth and prosperity as we showcase a coach, company, or entrepreneur stepping out to be the change they want to see in the world. With our collective efforts, we're creating a world where every person has the tools to realize their full potential and thrive like never before. Join us today as we chat with this week's guest to learn how they got started, what they're doing, and how they're making a difference in shaping the U World Order.
Hi, and welcome to the U World Order Showcase program. Today we're speaking with MK Yang. She is an artist and entrepreneur, and through the transformative work of photography, spiritual healing, life coaching, and sound healing, MK's work focuses on healing the mind, body, and spirit. Please join me in welcoming MK to the show today. Welcome, MK, to the show, the U World Order Showcase program. Man, I can't even remember the name of my own show. So welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I already shared your bio. So let's hear it from your words, in your words.
Thank you so much. My name is MK Yang. My nickname, or what everybody usually knows me by, is MK. I am an artist and an entrepreneur, and what falls under that umbrella is photography, spiritual healing, life coaching, and sound healing. So a lot of healing, a lot of projects surrounded around healing, and that's basically what I do. I love and enjoy and is extremely passionate about promoting healing and practicing the art of healing.
So how does that actually look in practical terms?
In practical terms, so everything I do is very connected to my own personal experience of how I got started. So with photography, I started photography because I went through 16 years of depression, of mental health issues. And throughout those 16 years, photography for me was a way, it was an escape for me. It was something that I did to help me remember the good times, whether that's, whether that's the connection I found with the nature or animals. It was what I saw that, brought me happiness. And that's how I got started with photography. And then as I started sharing and opening up platform, that space to the community, people just started getting interested in it. And now with photography, I run it as a business to help others embrace their journey where they are and embrace who they are.
Do you teach photography or do you sell your photography?
I take pictures. I do portraits, travel, and landscape photography. And so with portraits photography, I take photos for them. And the goal of that is for them to, one day look back and not just be like, oh, hey, I look beautiful here, but for them to remember and see, hey, I was going through this when I took this picture. And she captured it in my eyes, or, somewhere in the picture, and I remember it. But, I overcame it, and this is, who I am today because of what I've been through while, in that picture. And travel and landscape photography, it's really about, it's more about like bittersweet memories of way. Similar to, portraits, it's like, hey, I've been there. I saw that when I was there, and I felt those emotions, within that weather, within that environment. It's just a lot of, healing in that space of, remembering that you're not prisoner to your past, that's just a phase that you went through to get to where you are, and that you're very strong for embracing who you are at that moment and at that time.
So just for my own clarity, you actually visit people and take their pictures? Do you do this over Zoom? Is it one-on-one? How does that look?
It's like any regular photography session. You will book a session with me, tell me your ideas of what you're looking for, and then we'll set up a time to, you know, do the photography sessions.
Do you travel to other places, or do you just work in your little community?
I do
Maybe it's not.
travel. I do travel if if they allow me to. If the clients need me to, I do travel. Yeah.
Mhm. So where are
Um,
you located?
I am currently located in Minnesota.
Okay. Okay. I think you mentioned that before. I just didn't remember. So how did you get started in all of this? I know
Um,
you mentioned a little bit about it, but
so, like I said, everything is connected to, my personal experiences with mental health issues. So that's how I got started photography. And then um with uh spiritual healing, I found out that I was gifted about 2 years ago. And that was when I started my journey. And that's sort of, and that's, and then the rest is history. And then as for life coaching, life coaching is basically a passion I founded once I overcame my struggles, once I healed from those 16 years.
mhm.
Uh, and after I, healed myself from it, I realized, hey, I have two choices to make. I can hide from the rest of the world and just, be in my own harmony, or I can go back and try to, save or try to help and provide guidance and be there for those who is going through, somewhat of a similar situation as I did, and be the change that I wanted to see in, the world, and provide the space, the support that I never received when I was going through my journey. And yeah, so that's how I got started with life coaching, and I love it. I loved every piece of it. And then with sound healing, it came very as it was very unexpected with sound healing. As an artist myself, um, I started with dancing, with and through dancing it was more like cultural showcase, showing, what my culture is, where we were from. And then I transitioned from that to, vocal, you know, doing vocal stuff. So like I do singing. I was a part of a a what is it called? So my mind just went blank. I was a part of a group, and I was the main vocalist before. And then when I think about in 2020, late 2020, going to 2021, I lost my voice because my health got very serious, and I stopped singing. And the sound healing came about, and I was like, it was kind of like a sign from the universe. It was like, hey, sound healing, like you need to do it. And then after I did it and I got certified, I thought back on my journey and everything kind of connected. And I think the big message there was you don't have to stop with what you're passionate about. There's always something that you can do. There's always a different path that you can take. And with me, I've always been a big, music lover. So when I realized I couldn't sing anymore, I was like, oh, like that's where all my creation, all my creativities are. And so I think with sound healing is like you can still create music, just not, maybe not vocally anymore, but with something else. So I think I found power in that.
That's really amazing, and in that your journey is kind of like flowing from photography to sound, different aspects of our senses that you kind of incorporating. How what what is the one message that you would like to share with our listeners?
The big message that I would love to share is to, always believe in yourself and know that, everything doesn't need to make sense today, right now, and just because things take time doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It will happen. We just got to trust the process and trust that, we ourselves can get us to where we want to be because it has gotten us this far to where we're currently at.
And who would be your ideal client? Who are you calling out to?
I am calling out to, anyone who's in need of self-healing guidance, calling out to anyone who feels connected to my energy. And because with my work, a lot of the time, I can't choose I can pick and choose who I want to work with. It's more of I meet them where they are. Yeah, I work with basically anyone who's interested in starting their own healing journey, who's interested in um, getting guidance for their healing journey, and who's interested in just being in my energy and needing that guidance.
And last question: what is your biggest struggle with
With
your
everything,
business?
with my business, with everything I do, the main struggle that I face is getting clients. And this is gonna sound, a bit off the bat, but let me explain. The big part, the reason why I said it's getting client, and the issue isn't that marketing isn't working. It's getting the clients to commit to healing themselves because healing takes a lot of time and commitment, and it's not something that can magically happen overnight. You don't heal overnight. It's like a physical wound where it takes time, and you have to you have to be careful with it. You have to nurture it. You have to really listen to what it's telling you. And so my biggest issue with getting clients is getting them to commit to themselves, and to saying that, okay, I'm going to save myself today and tomorrow and in the future. And I'm going to commit to that. And I'm going to put this time into, just, I'm going to put this time into myself to just focus on myself.
Why do you think that is?
I think that is because, we live in such a busy, lifestyle. And we're always hustling, and, so it's always feeling like, hey, I can spend my time doing something else that will bring me temporary happiness, or that will bring me something greater. But at the end of the day, you yourself, there's happiness within you yourself. If you don't work on that, external things, luxuries, they cannot fulfill you long term. And I think that's what we're missing, and that's what we're disconnected from. And then another part is because it takes a very strong mindset. It takes a very strong mentality to look back at your past, at someone's past, and be like, "Hey, I've been there, and it doesn't hurt me anymore. I no longer live there. I'm way past that. This is who I am. I've become stronger." It's very hard emotionally and mentally to look at our past and embrace it, just because of how deep it wounded us, and of just how deep it impacted us, you know our mind, our body, and our spirit. Is very draining at the same time.
And they do all three go together. You can't just like pick one thing and say, I'm just going to focus on the body, or I'm just going to focus on the mindset, or I'm just going to be real spiritual. And it's we as a society seem to like want to separate all of these pieces, but it's it's such a nice feeling these days when more and more people are seeming to realize that they're all three combined. It's the totality, which is really what holistic means. It's the whole of the whole. So how can people get in touch with you?
People can get in touch with me through my social media. I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, at MKBiz, and then my website, everestmk.com.
Awesome. And we'll make sure we get all those links in the description below. Is there anything else you would like to share with our audience?
Sure. I have two support groups, just for different areas of interest. One of my support group is called Healing from Within, My Lenses and Perspective Reflection Journey. And that is usually for, the bigger audience who is interested in, getting guidance for, their overall life journey. And in there, I provide, ongoing guidance. Sometimes I'll go on live. And then I have my photography support group, which is called The Story. I think the story behind the photo, or what I like to call for short, unsaid words behind the photo. And basically through that, a lot of people who likes to hide behind, social media or are big photography lovers, but they're afraid to show their image because it reflects a part of them that they're not fully healed from. So in that space, in that space, they're given the opportunity to share the story that they're afraid to show the world. They're able to, share the words, and they're willing to. I always say it's a space for them to be vulnerable and to be open to just embrace who they are.
That's beautiful. Very beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing with us today, MK. It's been a real pleasure getting to know you and to see what you're doing out there and how you're contributing to the world economy. And you are making a difference.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me here today. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. It's an honor. And I hope that, the audience that's listening will be able to walk away with something that they need to hear today.
Thank you for tuning in to the You World Order Showcase program. We hope today's episode has inspired you to consider how you can leverage your unique skills and talents to be the change you want to see in the world. If you're ready to take the next step and turn your passion into a 5-figure part-time business, we invite you to schedule a private consult at heartlifecoach.com. During our Passion to Profit Breakthrough session, we'll work together to identify your strengths, clarify your vision, and develop a tailored plan for achieving your goals. Don't settle for mediocrity or let fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams. With the right guidance and support, you can build a thriving business that brings you joy, financial freedom, and the opportunity to make a positive impact in the world. Head over to heartlifecoach.com today to schedule your Passion to Profit Breakthrough session and take the first step towards creating the life you've always wanted. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on the You World Order Showcase program.